Alright guys, Supreme Kami here, and today we are going to be doing the Alteration review for the last submittable unit that we have gotten from 2022. So we got the Unicorn Luminous Crystal Body, and I didn't mean to do this one towards the very end, but this one happened to be one of the better release of the three banner that we have released so far. So I have even up right now the Banshee Norn, we have the Turning Gundam, but the unicorn, as far as melee base build, I would want to say exceed my expectation. So I unintentionally saved the best for last for the review. So if you guys want to, I mean, like, I would not even mind putting in maybe like one or two multi summon, so you guys can get yourselves into the L badges, because eventually when this one does get added into like the premium ticket banner, like in the near future, you want to at least have the L badges readily available so you can alterate some of these parts, because they get crazy. I think this is probably one of the meanest, baddest release of like the year from last year. I'm not really exaggerating. I think this one definitely packs a lot of support. It packs a lot of defensive utility that I think it might be overlooked for some people. But obviously, we are talking about a very optimal situation where you do have everything. Your build is right when you apply these part trade and stuff. But let's actually get started. So to begin with, this is going to be a big scale. So yes, we do have an alternative attribute for this one. And yes, if you do upgrade this unit to 7-star, I mean, like just any part, you will be able to access the original one. I believe that one should be the P attribute. And one more thing, you do have to have the original version in order to access the other part or the other unicorns war tag. So I think that is definitely a question that people might have. So I just want to quickly answer that for you guys real quick. In terms of the war tag, is very simple. You're just gonna be running the pro tag, close combat, and then high firepower, and that's it. It's not gonna toss in like a fourth war tag that is like, what is going on? It doesn't really fit into the overall build. So this one is good, really simple, plain easy, no problem. And one last note, this is a purely melee based unit. So in terms of the overall stat, it is extremely heavily biased towards melee. But the tags, on the other hand, you can kind of argue you can use it on both build, no problem. So that's, some of the I think positive attribute I want to give this overall unit. So let's kind of get started. Head part, just really good. Look at that. Great stats. I think nowadays you really do see unit with like really high armor, so that is kind of as expected, except for the Banshee Norn, because they want to go the other traditional route. So that is that. But this one, they went for the good old good armor, really good base melee, really good melee defense. The only thing you're not gonna spot in this set part is you're not gonna see like 10,000 plus shot attack that you would normally find in some other hit part, because this one is simply going to be boosting melee. Why would we care about boosting any of your shooting based stats? But the portrait gets even crazier. So first of all, the condition is actually really janky. They want you to run pro tag in close combat at all times. So I mean, like, it's not bad, but I just do want to kind of complain about it in a way. But the portrait is going to be an all enemy EX skill damage plus 45%. So this is one of the hot kicks that we have seen so far. This one, you are going to be able to apply the trait to all your allies. So if you only have one build, and then if you talk about like a squad build, everyone gets it. If you're running like a good multi-mission match, your allies gets it as well. So your other three random people, they get the trait as well. So this is a really impactful, just doing a lot of support. So I just want to kind of express on that part of it. And this one being a damage trait is actually really good, just because we do lack that department. So thumbs up on this one. If you guys do end up pulling the head part, right now or eventually, definitely do give it alteration, because I think it's really worth the alteration. So that's that. Moving over to the torso, just gonna be top line again. So what about the stats? Yep, it's top line again, 14,000 for the casually giving you that. So that's really good. Nearly 9K, or you can just say a little bit over the halfway point to get to 9K. So that's actually really good. Good melee defense as well. That is, we love to see that. Shot attack, shot defense, not really there. That's kind of good, because we really don't want to share anything with the shot department, because what they have been doing lately is they boost both shot and melee. Like, we don't need that. It's good if you want to do like mixed bag, so people can have a choice to do hybrid build, but at the same time, I feel like we lack that characteristic of making that unit like a specifically melee build besides the actual war tag. So I kind of like that. The stat wise solidifies this one as a really offensively good melee build. So simple as that, you know. As far as the actual EXQ, this one is going to be awakenable. You guys do know how I feel about these, but this one I feel like is pretty good. Overall, they're packing 5 effects. So first of all, you're getting a 68% health recovery, so that's really good. On top of that, it's going to be raising your both melee defense, shot defense by respectively 49% and 29%. And it doesn't stop right there. They're also going to be boosting both your beam resistance by 39%. So this is an all-encompassing defensive trait. What is this? But unfortunately, this is an awakenable. So if your EXQ is, let's say, awakenable, all these stuff are gonna be stripped away from you. So do be careful if you want to use this one as like a defensive type build. Just gotta make sure your early EXQ are not awakenable, and then you are solid. This is gonna last for 51 seconds at max out, so that's actually quite powerful. 30 seconds, you know, base EXQ level 1 is still really good. And is it really worth the alteration, the extra stepping stone? Not really. I think whatever is packing right there is already sufficient enough already to carry you to any defensive thing, I think. But I mean, like, on the other side, I feel like if you get hit with an actual EXQ, most of the time damage trait outplays any of the defensive trait by a landslide, just because of how many, like, because of how they stacks or how they are calculated. It's nearly impossible to really stop like actually like a cussing EXQ by enemies. So they are good, but they're not literally protecting you. Just want to throw that out there because people might think, oh, look at all these, like you will not die. You will still die, but if you want to play that, if you want to be that one guy that kind of like really want to have your enemy or your friend battle, like if your friend's doing friend battle, want to make them have a hard time, you run this along as well. You run those trades or that EXQ, and you slap him with this. You slap them with 100% surviving and final blow. That's how I would do it. So it's really good. They really did nail it down in terms of defensive side unit for turn 8. This one, but this one is on a different scale, in my opinion. So torso, wouldn't really worth the alteration unless you're using it purely for the stat. Then I mean, like that's kind of different, you know. If you guys are using it as the actual stat sticking, definitely do go ahead and try to pair it up with some good part trade. I know that in terms of melee base, we really don't have a lot of good, you know, torso piece with good part trade, so that could be a problem. Honestly, like this one is good. I think yeah, this one Aegis Knight probably the better one we have nowadays because it's not a big scale, so you can safely subslide it and you will not get penalized. So that's how I'll pretty much do it. Anything else is kind of be like big scale, so we really don't want that anyway. Going over to the arm now, let's see what is going on now. Arm part is gonna be the same thing: good armor, good base melee attack, and etc. So this one, which really want the alteration, I do have it already. And I don't think there's like a whole big improvement in terms of the EXQ damage output, so B plus. So I would say this one should be sufficient enough already, because what we want to take a look at is actually the effects of what this one is doing. So this one is gonna be one of those like menace portrait or EXQ effects that is gonna be messing up your enemies, like so stopping EXQ cooldown recovery to all enemy. So first of all, you're hitting them, all right? So you're doing damage to them and you're stopping their EXQ cooldown. So what if you just kill them ready? You know what I mean? So you don't necessarily need to alterate it. You want to kind of stall the match at the same time, like make them suffer. This is what it's doing. It's gonna hurt you and it's gonna make you suffer. So, I wouldn't really see it. I don't see the point of altering it already, because all these are gonna go to waste, right? If you're just gonna finish off your enemy, you're pretty much gonna go to waste. So I would rather have my opponent be, let's say, I don't know, a quarter of their health remaining, and then for them to kind of suffer a little bit. So I think that's probably the way I would approach it, because this is technically abusive already, but you're attacking them at the same time. So what they did for the Quibbly is actually awakening, or I think it's not an awakening. Is it awakening? Hold on, let me do a quick check. So Quibbly have the same thing, but that one is not an attacking type EXQ. So that one you kind of play around with a little bit differently than this one. So that one I'll definitely go for like max out damage or max out percentage, so you don't really get your opponent time to recover and all that good stuff, because they can still hit you. You're not immune. So it's also debuff. All right, so debuffing time. So this one is not an attacking EXQ. So this one it kind of hurts a little bit in a way. Oh wait, hold up. So this one is actually the opposite. That's the menace. You run both of these together, you're literally making your enemy cry. Oh my gosh, what are they doing? So yeah, I wouldn't really recommend alterating it, because what you're doing to them, you want to make them suffer just a little bit longer. But yeah, if you do want to alter it simply for the stat, just make sure pair yourself with a good portrait, and then you are pretty much good to go. So moving over to the leg part, I think it's gonna be the same thing once again. So good armor, obviously, and look at that melee attack, almost at 9k by itself. That's impressive. In terms of the portrait, we do have more squad support. So squad CD reduced by 20%, so that's hot. And then just another enemy or all enemy cooldown up by 25%. So yeah, they're not stopping there. They're not just gonna say, oh, let's just kind of make your opponent not do any damage, or stop their EX cooldown. They are gonna permanently nerf it by 25%. What is this unit? Yeah, that's crazy. So yeah, that's good. That's really good. So I don't think I need to do any more explanation on the leg part. It's busted. Um, Going over this one. All right. So this one is another menace part, right? So they say when buffed it. So when you're using like these one over here, this one is technically quote unquote a buff, but all these are debuff. It's a buff slash debuff because this one is reducing. So they say when you're buff, I think this might be the first time I see when you're buffed it, then you get this. So not only when they say, yeah, we're gonna make you not have any EXQ recovery if you have like a good EXQ cooldown rate, whatever, they're gonna make you suffer longer. Uptime by 50%. So that you're getting nearly, yeah, you're getting a little bit more than that. Bro, what is this unit? So you getting some you getting some squad EXQ damage plus 35% again, which they kind of coincide with what they have been doing already. But no, they say let's make that better. Let's actually up their debuffing time. So oh my gosh, man, this is good. This is crazy, man. These two, disruption, this one make your enemy cry. What are they doing? So these two, yes, definitely do alter them, because their second trait is lethal. You're making your enemy suffer and cry. Like what? I have never seen those combo before. I'm not. Oh, so I didn't show you guys the stat for the back part, but this is what we're looking at. So pretty good stuff. You know, high up the list. So the beam rifle, the beam magnum. The beam magnum currently is going to be one of the highest stat for your melee weapon. They say why not just give you a flat out 4,747. So it's going to be one of the better one to date. 10 instant armor. Why not just casually? Look at this. They give you a squad EX or squad initial charge by 27%. That is good. What? What are they doing with this one? And another enemy EXQ damage plus 35%? Are you kidding me? That is crazy. Another bust apart. Well, the first one is really good because like you just slap this onto like I don't know like your ally 1 or 2, for example, and then your actual main build can just kind of stuff all the power trait possible, because you can just kind of neglect this one. You have it done already. So best support, best tanking stuff, best destruction stuff. This one has it all. And we don't stop. We do not stop here. We simply keep going on. And look what they have. They give you another squad buff EX effects up by 30%. In case it's not enough. In case debuff is not enough, let's actually do more damage now. They have this. I don't know, man. Like I genuinely feel like the unicorn has all the package possible in the world, and it's not as good. Let me show you guys the stuff for this one. It's actually What is this on this one? I think it's 9,996 from what I remember. I have it on my other screen, so I have the other Excel that I did the math on. But this is crazy. I don't know about you guys, but I think this is by far one of the more complete kit I have ever seen. I could be wrong. I could just kind of be overhyping it, but I think the amount of stuff that it's doing, the amount of like specifying an immediate build stat that it's doing, I think this one deserves to be one of the best release we have ever gotten of like last year. So they actually did end up on a really good note. This unit just packed everything. So I am really happy that I reviewed this one last. So if you guys do have some good hardships saved up, maybe do just a few pull. Don't go ham into it. Just because I feel like eventually they might just gonna do the same thing for other stuff. So, but yeah, overall, I'm really happy about it. You guys can definitely kind of see aside just kind of explain all these stuff. These are all good. These are all just crazy good. But other than that, that's gonna be pretty much it for me. You guys can definitely do your own educational kind of comparison to see which one you guys like and etc. Obviously this unicorn does definitely pack a lot of good supporting role, debuffing, buffing, squat, initial charge up, whatever. This one is good. I'm just gonna edit on it right here, so definitely exceed my expectation for sure. So do let me know how you feel about this unicorn luminous crystal body, and I'll be catching you guys all on the next one.